Ohayo gozaimasu, watashi wa FiyahKitteh, and welcome back to my diary of Animal Crossing New Leaf. Well, let's start with Monday the 2nd, which was pretty much a kind of a small day really. There was a holiday going on, but first we went to Shrunk and got the Flourish joke. It's just that this time I was a bit too late on taking the screenshot, so we're having the dialogue here instead. But that's cool, you don't see the joke anyway. I got a little fortune cookie that says, "The future is a mystery that may hold great treasure for you." What was that from? Well, a question mark block. Obviously, I mean, what else? Then, as I said earlier, it was Labor Day, so Izzy was on the town square, I believe I would call that. And she gave me a picnic basket, which is one of those items that you can't get anywhere else, so don't sell it unless you really don't want it. But I don't know, I didn't sell it because it's neat. She had this little standee there where you could make faces and stuff, and could take a screenshot, so obviously I had to be the one barbecuing. I'm manly like that, yep. Alright, catches of the day would be Red Dragonfly. There's not much to say. It's a new species introduced in September, so there you go. The walking stick that I would have been able to catch since forever, it's just that, man, it never really spawned in my town. I don't know why. It's so weird. It's basically just this huge weird stick looking thing on any normal trees really. And there's an ant, which is again what you can get if you let your turnips spoil and leave them outside. And there's a fly, which you can get the same way, by the way. So there you go. Alright, moving on to the next day. It looked like freaking apocalypse. Just saying. But we did finish a little project here. I'm not even sure what it was anymore. Maybe we'll see later. I think it was the police station. Yeah, it was the police station actually. So we finished the police station. That's neat. I also finished paying off my home loan. And Pelly in the background is all like clap clap. That was really neat. But other than that, nothing much happened, so we can move on to the catches of the day, which was a salmon. That looks vicious. Oof. And that's pretty much about it already. So Wednesday, 4th. Yeah, my house looks kind of a little weird right now because there's stuff on, or there's another room rather, on the friggin' right, but the left is like all weird and it looks not symmetrical and it's just weird. So this is pretty much how it looked on the second floor. I put down my lovely stuff. The phone is again what you get from the firework event, or what you can get anyway from those fortune cookies. Don't sell it. You can't buy it back. You have to win it back. It's pretty cool because you can get your horoscope told and your lucky item of the day. So I don't know. I thought it looked pretty neat. So I didn't know what else to do with the room upstairs yet. This is how the modern version of the police station looks. You can also build the, I think classical is what it's called. However, the modern one has copper, and the classical one has that other dude that I forgot the name of. There you go, copper. And as always, there's stuff in here that you can get. It's honestly made very well because it's not as text heavy as it was in the GameCube version. So I really appreciated that. You just go in and he's like, okay, it's yours. And you go out and he just salutes and he doesn't even say anything anymore. So I appreciate that. I also still had a firecracker or something left that I just used just for the fun of it. I don't know, I didn't feel like you could see them very well during the fireworks, so here's a day shot of my firecracker thingies. And here's another version of it, so I just felt like showing that because they were left over and I wanted to use them because it's cooler than just throwing them away or selling them. Here's a table firework. I don't know what they're called in English, really. So Again, another leftover from August, pretty much. We got the shocked joke. It's pretty much what it says. There's nothing else to say about this. And I went to the plaza, like the academy, the showrooms, or whatever they're called. I keep forgetting the name, really. And there's Slim, actually, on the left. And he just randomly handed me that purple balloon. It's really neat. You should check your academy sometimes. Or if you have a green light next to your Animal Crossing icon on your 3DS, then usually that means you have somebody new, usually. So yeah, moving on to Thursday. I still had the balloon in my hand, because why not? We learned the sleepy joke, which is super useful, obviously. I mean, sleepy, who doesn't like it? I sure do. And we got Phineas to show up again. Man, I really wish he'd show up more often. Fish Encyclopedia. This shows I'm a fan of fish. I'll just leave that statement there like that. I also got the Catalog Maniac Bronze Badge. And this is what you get when you have a certain amount of items in your catalog. I believe the scaling is something like 20, 50, and 80% or something like that. I'm pretty sure, actually. Could be wrong on the first one. Don't hold me to it, but yep. And hey, look, we have Red. He basically sells paintings, and well, usually 3, sometimes 2 of them are fake, and you need to figure it out because he's not gonna give you any hints. You really need to know your art. So, yeah. It's not too hard though. I mean, he has classical stuff like the Mona Lisa, or the David statue or whatever, or the Venus statue. So you just need to kind of know your art a little bit. Unless you want to go look at a walkthrough guide, which that's kind of lame, but if you want to or have to, whatever, then go for it. Catches of the day, a bell cricket. Pretty much looks like what it sounds like, right? And a cricket. And that's it, pretty much. So let's move on to Friday. I was up early for once. It looks really neat. That's why I wanted to show this. It looks super neat. In the very early morning, there's this weird shadow going through the whole village. I don't know, it's just nice. Here's a little screenshot of my very bottom left area where I put the tire toy. I'm really starting to flesh this out with bushes and flowers and all that stuff. It's really neat. I put a lot of work in that corner. I started down there because it seemed like it was gonna be easier because, you know, gotta start somewhere with the prettying up of the town, and you might want to start in a corner where there's nothing else going on, like where there's not going to be any houses or anything else anymore. So that's what I went for. And we had Pete in the cafe. I just wanted to show that sometimes there's people sitting in the cafe. It can be Pete, it can be one of your villagers, it can be Phineas, it can be pretty much anybody. It's really neat. Even KK Slider. So that's pretty neat. We learned the mischief joke, which, well, what else can I say other than that fits me, right? And, oh god, yes. I had to take a screenshot of this. It just looks freaking silly. I think it's called the King's Beard or something. Yeah, very sexy and swagalicious, if I am able to say so. I'll never use those words again. And we had more Captain moments. There should be like an album of just Captain moments. I'm not looking forward to saying goodbye to you. Ah, you're such a heartbreaker. I also sat down on my town square for once, and if you do so and don't move, there's gonna be different music playing, and you're gonna see the whole history of your town, like who lives in it, who moved in when, and all that stuff. It's really neat. It's really worth checking out. You should do that sometime. Just take a few minutes and just look at it and read, and you know, it's really neat. It looks really nice too. It's a It's a very great view. I like it. Well, catches of the day, if I can call it that. I have the Moody Painting here. And that's about it. So, let's move to Saturday, which I started in a cafe, because I forgot to take a screenshot once again. And this was one of these days where I had bad luck, so I was wearing that weird helmet that totally doesn't fit. But I didn't feel like stumbling all the friggin' time. And as I said, Phineas is there, so you can get him too sometimes in the cafe. It's really neat. We got the fearful joke. Not sure if I remember that. I think it's just a bunch of jagged lines around you, something like that. And I actually had somebody new move into my town. Not an animal though. It was Sam, as in Sam Winchester from Supernatural. I made a character for him and made him move into my town. So I took a screenshot here, like, oh, you're the new resident. Hey, Sam, good to see ya. It's nice. I just wanted to have other people in my town other than just me, because especially if people come from the Dream Suite, it's kind of neat. So Sunday, this week went really, really fast. There's I bought a little new hat thingy. It was just neat, and I wanted to show off the inside of my house. It's very neatly arranged and very clean, just like I would have it in real life, I guess. Like all styled and stuff. It's really neat. I really like it. There's nothing else to say, really. We got the sorrow joke, which, man, so many negative emotions. Where are all the other ones? You know, glumping and, I don't know, being super excited. Oh well. And this is the first time today where I got to play the, I don't know if I should say it's a mini game, but kind of. You can basically get hired by Brewster in a coffee shop, and you need to make coffee for random villagers who come in. You're somehow supposed to find out by talking to them, or maybe even trial and error. But for me, I felt like most of it was just random guessing. They did sometimes say, I want little milk, but that's very non-specific. There were like a bunch of levels you could pick from, like either none or little, a little more, blah blah, but it's not... because somebody said little, it didn't mean you had to pick a little. You had to like say, you know, how many spoons of sugar and all that stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how to play this, because I don't know what people like. There is a chart with the solutions, but it's like, well, if you have to look up a chart, it's kind of dumb. But yeah, apparently figure it out by talking to people. I've never really had a talk about coffee before with my animal buddies, but I don't know, maybe I just didn't do it right. I have no idea. Frita, actually, I did satisfy her, and I'm satisfying her with my coffee mixture. You can pick different beans, different amounts of sugar, milk, and God knows what. And apparently she was happy. And I blushed like a dummy. That looked funny, so I took a screenshot. And yeah, you can come back and help him again. What you get is usually coffee beans. I don't even know what they're for, honestly. I don't know. I just wanted to try it. Well, and then we moved on to making a little project. I made another face cutout standee in my quote-unquote park. Nothing majorly crazy. I just wanted to have another standee, and that's about it. Well, that was pretty much the whole week. Nice and short. Again, they're getting shorter, and in a few videos they're gonna be so short that I'm gonna have to bring it out once a month, because it's just not enough to talk about, really, because not much is happening. We really got most of the stuff covered in the earlier videos, if you remember how long they were. But as always, this video is associated and affiliated with the shop on my website, and if you would like, you can get some neat merch from, well, unofficial merch, self-made merch from Animal Crossing and other things like My Little Pony or Pokemon or whatever. So drop by there if you would like, or tell your friends if they're into that. And other than that, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.